So let's talk about the Modern Warfare 3 beta. Now, it is currently live on PlayStation platforms, whether it's a 4 and a 5. I was playing it on a 5, and there's a lot to say in my case about this game. For the most part, simple reaction is that I am very much enjoying all aspects of this game. I'm playing a ton. It's a little bit competitive. It's fun. It's intriguing. All this different stuff. But at the same time, as someone who I'm not saying like a brag, but you know, I went to school for game design. There's different elements of a player base that enjoys a game, and this game will be enjoyed by hardcore players, like players who are into the competitive scene, that are wanting a little bit higher time to kill, a lot faster movement to abuse. All that is there. But where will this game resonate amongst just people looking to have fun in multiplayer? I don't know. And I'm not saying that as a knock. I'm not saying that one way of designing a game is better than another for Call of Duty. It's a mixed bag, and there's different ways of going about it. I enjoy pretty much every single design aspect of a Call of Duty. Boots on the ground is my favorite. See, even some of the advanced movement stuff can be fun, but we all have our preferences. We all have our choices and desires of what we want in a game. So that's certainly not going to be lining up in this game. Now, first, let's talk about the time to kill. This is one of the most notable changes in this game that a player will notice right off the bat. This is certainly a Treyarch style of time to kill. Now, for many players, you may enjoy that. For me, I'm a mixed bag. I'm fine with killing people that takes a little bit longer, but right now in the beta, they need to take a few steps to, I guess you could say, diversify that little feel that the time to kill can bring. For example, when it comes to recovering your health, I think it's still way too slow, and it makes dealing with multiple players nearly impossible depending on the positioning and depending on what weapon they're using. If I was able to utilize movement to escape a little bit and have 2 less seconds on my regen, at least when it starts kicking up, then I can see this time to kill really flourishing and allowing for a lot of chain kills. But currently, with the way its regen is set up, I don't know. It's unfortunate. It's something I do want to see addressed, because that is kind of my biggest complaint, is that health regen starts way too late, and it is just not quick enough for this time to kill. Now, another complaint I will have about time to kill, and it's pretty prominent here, is that weapon choices and weapon ranks, like what attachments you have and how you built them, is certainly going to cater on you requiring to do a lot of meta tuning. So you can't really mess around with a couple setups, because you're putting yourself at a disadvantage, and with landing shots and kind of being the best you can be with this time to kill, it's going to limit you a little bit. That's where I kind of like some of that faster time to kill we see in Modern Warfare 2. You can mess around with different guns, different setups, and make it work. Here, you're going to be seeing less of that, which is a little unfortunate, but overall, the gameplay and the gunplay is still really fun, and there's stuff to be excited about, especially, again, like I mentioned before, if you enjoy that Treyarch style of game. Now, when it comes to the movement, you are moving really fast. This may be the fastest moving feeling I have ever had in a Call of Duty game ever. When you slide, oh, you slide. When you jump, you jump. Not like, you know, I'm saying like you jump like 50 feet in the air, but you know, everything feels snappy, feels quick. Even though I'm on my PS5, I don't have my max frames on my PC, which is going to be the platform I'm playing on mainly. It does still feel pretty damn fast. My only complaint with the movement is that it's kind of showing the age of these Modern Warfare 2 maps back in 2009, and I don't know how I feel about that. The movement itself, the way we interact, the way we do things around, it's great. But these maps were developed with a lot of mechanics that aren't existing when this map was designed. And some of the changes they have made to these maps so far, honestly, besides moving a car slightly like 5 feet to the left, I don't think I've noticed much to the design changes to cater towards some of this movement style. Now, just because I'm knocking the movement on kind of affecting the flow of a map potentially, I love it. I really do. But I'm not going to be surprised when a lot of people say that these maps don't feel as good as they did back then. And I'm going to tell you guys this. It has to do with the movement. The movement and the playstyle you are doing is not what this map was designed for, or what these maps were designed for. So if there's a lot of lacking love for these nostalgic maps, that's probably where it's coming from, because I did play Modern Warfare 2 2009. I loved a lot of these maps, and I was certainly noticing some of that stuff here in the beta, which is a little unfortunate, but hey, maybe we get used to it, maybe we don't care. But first impressions, that's what I'm feeling right now, or at least that's what I can see happening when it comes to the foreseeable future of people utilizing this movement and getting more comfortable with it. The movement itself, there is tons to talk about when it comes to the skill gap it introduces. This is truly a brand new mechanic to Call of Duty. Now, I'm not saying the features like slide cancel, sliding, dolphin diving, all these different stuff is new. By all means, they're returning features that should have been in the game before, what we called for, but we had to wait for a game to do that. That's a different topic I don't know if I want to get into. Utilizing the movement will definitely aid you in this game in a massive way. This could be a problem for some players. This can be a great thing for other players. I don't know. I love it, but I also can understand that, hey, people that are just trying to play a shooter is going to get annoyed when some dude named Bob is just sliding left and right, doing his water dashing, bunny hopping. Yeah, I'm going to understand when that dude gets frustrated, because it is a mechanic that can get frustrated. Now, when it comes to anything I would want changed with the movement, I think some of the accelerations to some of the animations, like when you vault over something, you're like jumping over it. Like you're just completely dolphin diving in speed around that vault. And sometimes visually, when you see a player do that, it is drastic. Like I am talking, it is a drastic movement to see and tracking. And yes, I was getting more comfortable with it as I played, and I'm max ranked right now in the first weekend beta. In all, it was like, man, some of these animations, they're shooting across and it's a little unnatural. Do I want them to change that? Maybe, but again, you kind of have to wait and see how the game feels unlocked and maybe make those changes post-launch. I don't know, but if it's something I would want change with movement, that's pretty much the one thing I can say. Some of the accelerations is just very unnatural to see as someone trying to shoot at someone. But overall, I am absolutely enjoying this beta. I cannot wait to play this on a PC, my preferred platform of choice when it comes out. There's a few things I also didn't talk about that I'll mention that I don't think is something notable. The only big thing I think is notable is this minimap issue. So if you guys haven't noticed, I've noticed this myself. Apparently, you get red dots on the map. Apparently. Right? The only issue here is that this is a delay ping. It's delayed. Like you can kill someone and then them shooting at you ping will come up seconds later. We're talking 3 to 4 seconds. This, I hope, is a bug, because if it is not a bug, just take them off the map. I truly do not care at that point. I'm all for red dots on a map, but at this point, if they're going to mess me up like that and it's going to be delayed like that, and that is a design choice, just take them off the map. Don't even show them to me. I don't care, but I think it's a bug. So that's the only really thing I want to talk about. Battle Rage is entirely broken. Don't really like that. Some of the weapon balancing is a little swayed heavy towards the Striker 45 in most situations, and then the MCWR in other situations, especially on the long range. But again, those are stuff it's a beta. Things will get tuned out, but hopefully this year of Call of Duty, multiplayer wise, is incredible. If multiplayer, at least by my personal experience, is enjoyable like this, I'm going to be having a great time. Again, there are things I would want changed, maybe better balancing, maybe different elements to make the higher time to kill feel good. Shooting someone is fine, but the regen time is pretty much my biggest complaint. But in all, I'm curious if you guys have played the beta. What are your thoughts on your experience so far? Is this something you're enjoying? Are you excited at the direction Call of Duty is going? Again, this may vary per viewer because everyone has their own preference in Call of Duty, and that's perfectly okay. But if you guys also enjoyed this conversation, enjoyed the video, be sure to drop this video a like. Helps out the video a ton. And for more content from me, trust me, there's gonna be a ton of it. Definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified for when I do drop new content if you guys aren't already subscribed. But until then, I hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.